Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. In today's video we are going to talk about the Straw Hat Pirate Sniper and his future power. Usopp always wanted to be a great warrior of the sea, managing to defeat many enemies thanks to his efforts, even receiving an alter ego, in which he is called God Usopp, in addition to having called himself the mysterious hero Sogeking. Oda during an SBS says he wishes all members of the Straw Hat Pirates had a devil fruit, although this might not be such an interesting thing to see. But what if Usopp, who has had the least power growth among the Straw Hats so far, decides to eat a specific fruit during the journey? In today's video we're going to talk about the possibility of Usopp eating a devil's fruit, to be more exact the fruit of the god of Elbaf, which the name itself says is located on the island of the giants of Elbaf, which is linked to the pirate. Hope you can help us by leaving your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you are still new here, and leave your comments saying your opinion and what are the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, Elbaf is described as the island of giants, where great warriors were born who had gigantic strength in addition to their colossal size. Unlike humans, giants are born with great strength, destined to be warriors. The great proof of this are the giants that were demonstrated in the manga. They are incredibly stronger compared to most humans. Only powerful people can defeat them due to their great resistance, in addition to their great height, allowing them to easily crush their enemies. We know little about the culture of Elbaf, as it has not been explored yet, but it is said that there is a god in this place. We also know little about him, but it is said that he is capable of taking the lives of those who are not following the true fate of the giants. We see something similar during the Skypiea arc, where it is said that there was a great god on this island of the sky, a god that possessed great powers of electricity. He would bring punishment to those who did not carry out his orders. During this arc, we found out that this god they worshipped so much was just a human with a devil fruit. Because of this enormous power, Enel was considered a god, because he was able to defeat any opponent due to the huge amount of electricity he could emit, so touching him would be practically impossible. But with Luffy's arrival in Skypiea, his reign ended, because Luffy has a rubber fruit, and as we know it does not conduct electricity, making Luffy a natural enemy of Enel, as the power of his devil fruit was ineffective against him, forcing Enel to use melee combat to defeat him. But none of this was effective. Luffy inevitably managed to cause his defeat, but Enel still managed to complete his plan to reach the moon. We see that many characters deify others because of their great powers, as they would be practically untouchable, so they would be a deity capable of taking someone's life without suffering a punishment. So this god of Elbaf could very well be a giant, or even a human who in the past received the title of god like Enel, making people think that his actions are divine, but in reality he is just a person using a devil fruit. This person who ended up controlling everything that came to happen in Elbaf may have an amazing fruit just like Enel, a power that makes him powerful even if he is compared to other giants and other devil fruit users. After all, we know that the people who live in Elbaf, unlike the residents of the Sky Island, know about the power of devil fruits. Even so, when they noticed the powers of Carmel, the power that today belongs to Big Mom, the giants believed that that power belonged to the sun god, but we don't know if the sun god would be the god of Elbaf. But back to the main subject, the god of Elbaf is also considered powerful enough to be able to take the lives of giant warriors who aren't really strong enough to stand by his side or resolve their own conflicts, and earn his blessing, which could indicate a devil fruit. The citizens of Elbaf may not know about the devil fruit. After all, they only focus on individual strengths, using only their great brute strength without even needing something to assist, such as a fruit's powers for example. So it wouldn't be very unusual for them not to be used to the power of devil fruits, even knowing them. After all, we saw when Mother Carmel went to Elbaf, and for having the Sora Sora no Mi fruit, she was considered a witch by the giants. When she demonstrates the power of her fruit to the giant children, they were surprised at the power she possessed, showing that they didn't know the true workings of devil fruits. They even considered that what she was doing was magic, living up to her former mountain witch title. So just like the giant children, the giant soldiers also don't have the knowledge about these mysterious fruits that grant powers to those who eat them. After all, when we see Carmel in the fire incident using the power of the Sora Sora no Mi, she had her power confusing with the sun god. Obviously the giants who left the island to try to live in another way started to know more about devil fruits, but those who always lived on Elbaf still seem not to have that much knowledge about the fruits. Knowing this, someone may at some point have found the opportunity to become a god among the giants, and this may have happened on purpose or not. And in this case, because of the power of a devil fruit, that would have made the giants believe that he is a deity, having this legend passed down after many generations. This power could make the giants awed by the unique power of a giant from the past, which would pass the legend of the god of giants. Or possibly, the existence of a fruit of the giant, capable of turning the user into a giant even bigger and stronger than the members of the giant clan. After all, we know that there is the fruit of humans that has several different models. In the same way, there can be a fruit of the giant. This would then end up making the giants really believe that this person could be a god who would now belong to Elbaf. So based on that, they created a culture around this person person, which would have remained even over the years, but that person may no longer even be alive, as this god of Elbaf is worshipped for decades. So it is very likely that the one who became the god of Elbaf in the past may have already lost his life, and his fruit is somewhere. And as we know, the devil fruit is a power that exists infinitely. The fruit that possesses the power that all Elbaf giants consider something divine must be a fruit with great powers that is still near, being a power that even after generations, the giants of Elbaf continue to worship this deity, and they also fear it because of its overwhelming power. Soon the Straw Hat Pirates must go to Elbaf, so we will know more about this place, where Luffy and his crew, after hearing the story about this god who lives on this island, may end up discovering the truth about him. After all, Usopp is very interested in Elbaf, and everything indicates that the arc of this island will be focused on Usopp. Then they will delve deeper into the history of Elbaf until they can find the real story behind this god, who would have become a deity because of the power of a devil fruit. So, after the end of his life, his power would have passed to a new fruit, possibly a nearby fruit. So in that case, this fruit would still remain in Elbaf, hidden from all the giants, being very difficult for anyone to find it. But there is a person who could find this power and for some reason eat this fruit. Even though Usopp is not the best strategist of the crew, he wants to become a great warrior of the sea, having his deeds told all over the world, being considered a strong person and feared by everyone, being known as a god. But we don't see great achievements from him currently. By discovering the location of the fruit and also about the story behind that fruit, it may arouse an interest in him to be able to eat this fruit. After all, we know how Usopp admires the giants as great warriors of the sea. With this fruit, Usopp could even end up being a reason for the giants of Elbaf to be interested in fighting for Luffy's crew, just like when he became God Usopp. This would make them during big battles lend their great power, which is desired by Big Mom, to the Straw Hat Pirates. For as I mentioned, even Big Mom comments that the army of giants of Elbaf are very powerful and numerous, being able to cause great destruction wherever they go, capable of destroying everything that opposes them or gets in their way in a battle. It was even mentioned by Big Mom that they believed that she would be able to defeat the other Yonkos, especially Shanks, if she had the power of the giants of Elbaf by her side, which makes us imagine their great strength. So if he eats this fruit, Usopp would become a very powerful person, being able to use his devil fruit ability together with his slingshot to be able to throw even more powerful projectiles. In addition to also receiving the title of the former user of the fruit that would become his devil fruit, being worshipped by the giants, but that was possibly if he maintained an interest in pretending to become a god, pretending to be the ones the giants have waited so long. In fact, there is a possibility that they will consider the user of this fruit as a god even if he says he is not. We can initially see even the pirates allied with Luffy becoming targets of the giants, as this would be a big problem because even though they are very powerful, having an army of giants trained for battle fighting them would be very disadvantageous, and Usopp as the new god would prevent that to happen. As Usopp is the king of lies, pretending to be a god to the giants wouldn't be a hard job for him, as he might as well create an excuse for the long years the giant god didn't show up. For as we know, the original user must have lost his life a long time ago, causing the belief of some giants to have weakened because they did not witness the feat of this god's powers for a long time. So Usopp could come up with a good reason so that in the future he can make the giants team up with the Straw Hat Pirates to defeat powerful opponents like the Navy, and even Teach. Also, one of Usopp's lies would come true if he had the power of giants. He could actually attack his opponents with a hammer weighing many tons. After all, he would be the strongest even among the giants. But now I want to know what you think about it. Is there really a deity on the island of giants, or is he just a person like Enel who was considered a deity because of his devil fruit power? Leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.